Hello everyone, today's topic is on PNH, which stands for paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. The clinical syndrome here are hemolytic anemia, mainly intravascular hemolysis occurs which results in anemia. Then thrombosis of the various vessels occurs, and also in many cases bone marrow failure occurs. So we'll see why all these things occurs. So before that I want to give a small example. So in a hotel, how the hotel runs, they get all the ingredients or supplies for cooking. Then the chef, he cooks. Okay, then finally it is served to the customer. So why am I telling you this? Because to know the pathogenesis or pathophysiology behind paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria or PNH, you need to know something about this. There is PIGA gene, okay, which encodes for a protein known as GPI. GPI stands for glycosyl phosphatidyl ionoacetol. Okay, this is an anchor protein which will anchor more than 100 membrane proteins. Okay, important for our PNH here is these membrane protein, you remember CD55 and CD59. Similar way, the supply for the cooking, then chef who cooks and then serve to the customer. Similar way, we have PIGA gene which encodes for anchor protein GPI, okay, which will anchor more than 100 membrane proteins. Remember this. In this protein, I told you CD55 and CD59 are important. Why? Remember CD59, which is also known as decay accelerating factor DAF, okay, which activates the conversion of C3b, the complement 3b to complement 3d. Thereby, it is inactivating the complement activation, right? CD55. What is a help of or what is a function of CD59, which is also known as MIRL, which is membrane inhibitor of reactive lysis. This will inhibit the lysis of red cell by membrane attack complex. So complement, that is membrane attack complex, will attack the RBCs. Okay, thereby causing the lysis of the RBC. This is prevented by CD59. So thus both of these keep the unwanted activation of complement in check. So now you know, if there is no CD55 or 59, what will happen? Complement will come and attack the RBCs, because these CD55 and 59 prevent the attack of complement on the RBC, thereby preventing the lysis of RBC. So in PNH what happens? There is, I told you, PIGA gene which anchors the GPI, okay, thereby which anchors the more than 100 membrane protein, out of which we know about CD55 and CD59. In case of PNH what happens? There is mutation of this PIGA gene. There is no food supply to the hotel. So what happens? There is absence of GPI synthesis. There is no chef who cooks the food because there is no supply. So what happens? There is reduced anchoring of the DAF or CD55 or CD59 and various other proteins. So there is no serving to the customer. There is no CD55, 59. There is partial or total deficiency of GPI, anchored membrane protein, not just on RBC but also on WBC, also on platelet, T cell, B cell, NK cell. So there is no membrane protein. So the absence of CD55, more than that, absence of CD59 is solely responsible for intravascular hemolysis. Okay. Now, why it is called paroxysmal? What is paroxysm? This means recurrent outburst. Okay, there is outburst which is recurrent. Why does it occur? Why not continuous hemolysis? Because there is altered pH and there is concentration of cations which will cause turnover of complement. So more and more complement will gets activated. So that is the reason for outburst which is recurrent because of altered pH and because of concentration of cation. Okay, now we know why there is intravascular hemolysis. This is mainly because of reduced CD59. Okay, and we know why it is paroxysm. Now, the one more clinical syndrome I talked about is thrombus. Why there is thrombosis? Because not just RBC, I told you there is membrane protein defect even on platelets. So, platelet are also susceptible. Also, this intravascular hemolysis causes nitric oxide release, which is a procoagulant, which also causes thrombi. Okay. Now we know why there are two syndrome, why there is IVH or intravascular hemolysis, why there is thrombus formation. Now I told you there is also bone marrow failure. Why does it occur? Because PNH is a stem cell disorder. Okay, thus they acquire new antigen. They can acquire new antigen over the surface. So this will trigger the immune system. So what will happen? Immune reaction will occur in the bone marrow, resulting in bone marrow failure because of immune destruction. Okay, now we know why all three syndromes of PNH occurs and what is the pathogenesis of PNH. Now coming to clinical feature. So because of anemia, because of intravascular hemolysis, there is pala, there is jaundice, and we know there is thrombosis. So thrombosis might occur in mesenteric vein causing abdominal pain, or it can occur in hepatic vein. As all of you know, when it occurs in hepatic vein, we call it as Budd-Chiari syndrome, or also DVT, deep vein thrombosis, can occur. Okay, and whenever the PNH word comes, so we know there is cola colored urine. Why does this cola colored urine occurs? Because the hemoglobin which is released because of the intravascular hemolysis, okay, in presence of reduced pH or acidic pH, it will convert into hematin. Okay, that acid hematin. This acid hematin is cola color. And also this cola colored urine occurs only in the early morning sample, and subsequent sample is normal. Because during night time or during sleep, the pH of the blood gets slightly reduced from 7.35, and red cell undergo IVH. So this is the reason. The color is due to acid hematin and only in the early morning sample. Apart from that, let's see what are the hematological findings in PNH. One is, IVH causes normocytic normochromic anemia. When it is prolonged or severe, there is iron deficiency resulting microcytic hypochromic anemia. So as a compensatory mechanism, there is reticulocytosis. And I told you microcytic hypochromic anemia is due to iron deficiency, and in the later stages, because of immune reaction, marrow failure can occur where there is leukopenia, thrombocytopenia, and also retic count is also reduced in this case. Now if you take a bone marrow proper, it is a cellular smear, but in the later stages hypoplasia or aplasia can occur because of bone marrow failure. Okay, in case of cellular smear, it is erythroid hypoplasia with normal normoblastic maturation, and iron store is nil. And pearl stain, when you do for urinary deposit, it is positive. Now let me know in the comment section below why pearl stain is used, why it is positive in this case. Okay, and urine urobilinogen is present, and serum bilirubin is raised because of hemolysis. Okay, and serum haptoglobulin is reduced because it is intravascular hemolysis, and also serum LDH level is also increased. Now how do you diagnose it? So diagnosis, there are important 4 tests are there. Okay, one is HAMS acidified serum test. Here what is the principle behind this? The patient's red cell gets lysed in acidic pH in presence of complement. We know that if there is acidic pH, complement gets activated. In case of PNH patient, there is no prevention of lysis by the complement, so there is lysis occurs. So this is the principle behind this HAMS acidified serum test. Now, Cefacryl microtyping gel card test. So in this, we have the microtyping gel card. Gel card is a size of a credit card, okay, and it has got a dilated upper portion, okay, and narrow lower portion. So we use respective antibody. So suppose CD55 and CD59 if we use, so respective antibody we'll use for this. Now this will act as antigen, okay. We'll take example of CD55, okay. In a patient serum or a sample there is CD55. We use CD55 antibody. Now there is antigen antibody reaction. So it gets stuck in between dilated portion and the narrow end, okay. So there is antigen antibody reaction. So this means the test is negative because in the patient there is antigen antibody reaction. That means CD55 is present. So in case of PNH patient, what happens? There is no CD55, no CD55, no antigen antibody reaction. So from dilated portion it will reach the narrow end, okay. So this is test is negative because button is formed in the narrow end, so it is a PNH case. Now one of the gold standard and more sensitive test is flow cytometry, mainly diagnostic when it is for CD55, CD59 and CD24, CD16 membrane proteins. Now FLAIR test. The fourth test, diagnostic test, is FLAIR test, which stands for fluorescent labeled aerolysin. I'll tell you what is it. To understand this, I'll give you a small example, okay. So there is cake shop, there is a gift shop, there are friends. So these are interconnected or these are bound because of birthday. So when these all three are available on birthday, so definitely there is celebration, okay. Similarly, in FLAIR test, what happens? The neutrophil will bind to CD24, monocyte will bind to CD14 membrane protein, okay. So this is like your cake shop, gift shop. That will go and bind to aerolysin, okay, aerolysin. And this binding takes place because of GPI. Okay, just like your birthday which binds all the cake shop, gift shop or friends. Similarly, this neutrophil binding to CD24, monocyte binding to CD44. Thus, in turn, they binding to aerolysin which is conjugated with a fluorescein dye. Okay, this is bounded by GPI. When there is GPI presence, these gets bind to each other, there is fluorescence. So, there is FLAIR. In case of PNH, so just like celebration, there is fluorescence, okay. So in case of PNH, what happens? There is no GPI, so no binding, okay, there is no fluorescence, okay. This is the principle behind the FLAIR test. Now, how do you manage this PNH? One is primarily by immunosuppression, or you can give folic acid because iron deficiency, microcytic hypochromic anemia, okay. And transfusion of washed RBC you give because whole RBC if you transfuse, there is a chances of activation of complement resulting in aggravation of the symptoms. So you always give transfusion of washed RBCs. Apart from that, oral anticoagulant you give because there is thrombosis, right? And euclizumab is a drug of choice which has very highly effective in PNH. Suppose if the patient is not responsive to this drug, then you can go for bone marrow transplantation, steroids, and splenectomy is also done. Thank you.